Pizza.
Hello, this is Fox. Mellon's here for this because he was mostly here for the Final Fantasy series and injected some funny bits. Anyways, your symbol's stuck green. Why is it stuck green? Oh no, what did I do? There we go. Fixed it. And now I lost my mouse.
Oh
Ah!
no.
Anyways, so a quick review for Final Fantasy, the very first Final Fantasy, which I have recently completed entirely. So, in terms of did the game function as intended, the game actually functions amazingly well, and that's not very surprising considering it's a remaster of the original, but even then, the game functions as intended. It functions as one of the first RPGs that I'm aware of. And it runs, of course, really smoothly, being an old game. Old games on new hardware tend to run really smoothly, especially pixel games. The
Except for
plot line
Crisis.
of. Hmm?
Except for Crisis.
That's because Crysis was built for computers made in 2030, and the creator of it directly admitted that. Anyways, yeah, I have a small text file in front of me called Criteria for Review. Anyways, for the most part, it was actually the defining genre for RPGs, to my knowledge. I'm not exactly the most knowledgeable on this. JRPGs, especially. I think. I don't remember. Anyways, the control scheme I had some minor issues with, but the control scheme made perfect sense. I just had a habit of hitting the wrong button, which is on me. The menus were easy to get through and were not bad on the eyes. I could always find where I was trying to get. And the storyline is predictable. I guess though, because I'm not going to just state there's pros. There was some cons, and if you saw the series, you heard me complain about the cons. The biggest things about that game that were negatives in my eyes were the fact that things weren't entirely explained, and it was so easy to get lost. The number of times I was just completely confused. I had no idea where to go. There wasn't many of them, but they were very disruptive. Like the time where I missed the Earth Cave entirely, and the third level spells, and yeah, I just completely missed the what are they called? Um the Earth Dungeon. I completely missed the Earth Dungeon. And the only reason where I knew where I was going most of the time is because I've already completed the game. And the first time I completed the game, I completed it with a guide. And the bigger thing was the null spell confusion, where gear that protects against certain elements or certain status effects was doing what it was doing was it was essentially already casting the null spell, which wasn't ever made clear, which often led me to attempting to cast the null spell myself and the null spell failing and me getting really mad not knowing why. Whereas with other spells such as Temper, I wouldn't bother trying to cast them twice because I figured they couldn't stack. When Temper could stack! And not knowing how spells targeted, and well, that's pretty much it. Spells, as a general whole, feel annoying. Part of that was on me. I won't deny that. Me not using ethers was a major problem and caused many complaints. And that was me not playing the game as intended, which is a me fault. If you play the game as intended, it plays well. But the inability to prevent hold or paralyze, and some just downright unlucky moments, like failing several 25% chances 15 times in a row. Like, I did that twice with the number of times I got paralyzed and then nobody ever woke up. despite it being a 25% chance every turn. Mind you, there was times I felt oh so powerful every time we fought a boss, and I just almost immediately annihilated the boss because Temper Saber Haste is a mean combo. So, for the game itself, it's a good game, in my eyes. It plays nicely, and I enjoyed it, and I'd be willing to play it again. That's all I have to say on that. As for the actual streams review of us playing Final Fantasy, pizza.
Pizza.
That's our summary of that game, huh? Pizza, rants, and gastric issues. That's the actual storyline from that game for us. I'm gonna cut this off here.